The biggest environmental problem these days is climate change caused by greenhouse gas emissions. There are numerous attempts to reduce emissions everywhere. In energy, switching to renewable sources. In transport, to electric cars. Heavy industry is also undergoing fundamental changes. However, in agriculture, which accounts for almost a quarter of all emissions, there are no real solutions yet.
Good morning, labas rytas. I don't need to tell you guys about climate change. You watch the news and you read the papers. You know how bad it is. What I want to tell you about is how Auga intends to fix that problem. We want to disrupt today's polluting food production chain. We want to produce a model for food production that has no cost to nature. But what led us to this mission? Let me tell you a story. 3 years ago, for the first time, we measured our CO2 footprint. And we were shocked by what we saw. As an organic producer, we did not expect bad results. But that is what we got. This made us look to our industry for solutions. And did we find any companies who are offering complex solutions for reducing emissions in agriculture? Let me ask you this question. Do you know any companies that have solutions available now? And the answer is no. And we also have spent years looking for them. Why is that? I think this is because companies are not interested in designing technologies when there is no demand for them coming from the farming industry. And this may be true. But here is demand somewhere else. And that demand is huge. We believe farmers won't change. Why do we believe this? Look at statistics. No matter whatever, it's London, New York, Paris. In fact, anywhere approximately 80% of consumers say that they want to change the way their food is produced. They want a more sustainable option. Our mission is to bring technology to farmers and will create a new carbon-neutral food value chain. This will deliver consumers food with no cost to nature. And by consuming this food, people will themselves be making a positive impact on climate change every day. But how are we going to implement this vision? We will start by solving the largest technology bottlenecks facing farming today. Now let's turn on video.
Auga, being Europe's largest producer of organic food from field to shelf, is creating and developing technologies that will solve the main problems of greenhouse gas emissions in food value chain, arising from soil fertilization, digestive processes of cattle, and especially from the use of fossil fuel on farms. According to Auga data, the fuel used by agricultural machinery accounts for almost a third of all emissions on farms. Is there an alternative? The answer is right here: biomethane extracted from agricultural waste at source. It is the greatest biofuel that, in its production and use cycle, compensates more emissions per unit of energy than it releases.
How much global warming do you think is created by methane pollution? 5%? 10%? No, 25%. Yes, methane causes 25% of global warming right now. That's why governments and scientists around the world agree that reducing methane release into our atmosphere is a necessity. In fact, only 3 weeks ago, the EU and US made an agreement to cut methane emissions by 40% by 2030. Yes, you heard me right. 40% by 2030. Why are they in such hurry? Simple. Methane reduction is one of the most direct fixes that are available. And if we can start reducing these numbers now, we will win time that we can dedicate to reducing other greenhouse gases. And one of the places when we can start addressing this point is slurry tanks in agriculture. Here, a substantial amount of methane is generated in uncontrolled processes. I believe that in the future, such uncontrolled pollutions will be reduced through biomethane facilities that are located in the countryside. And this will allow us to transform waste into energy. How do we propose that we use this biomethane energy? We propose that this energy should be used for sustainable farming operations. The fuel that is produced from farming residues should be consumed on the site where it's created.
Why has no one created a biomethane-powered tractor suitable for professional use in agriculture so far? The first problem is space. Compared to conventional fuels, biomethane occupies 4 times the volume. And the shape of the containers is unpractical. Where to put those containers? Maybe here? Or here? Still, there is not enough space to fit them all, and the tractor does not have enough fuel for long operations. Auga's idea: bigger containers assembled together and placed here. The second problem is refueling. The biomethane gas station network is not developed, and installing a gas station at each farm is expensive. Auga's idea: a replaceable fuel cartridge. The fuel is refilled in a few minutes, and the tractor can continue working for another full day. Wait. But there should be a gearbox and rear axle, right? The tractor cannot drive without them. Auga's idea: hybrid gas and electricity technology. A biomethane-powered internal combustion engine generates energy and transfers it directly to electric motors that spin the wheels. The additional energy reserve is stored in batteries. Such a system does not waste energy at low load, uses a relatively small, efficient engine, but can generate tremendous power when needed. Such a uniquely designed tractor can weigh 1/3 less than a conventional one and tow heavier equipment with lower energy consumption. In addition, soil compaction is reduced, so the land can be worked more sustainably using min-till technologies.
Bam. So, we have been able to do what has not been done. Yes, attempts have been made to design biomethane or electric tractors. But until now, they have not been suitable for professional farm use. Why? For the same two reasons that prevented the spread of electric cars. The first one is working range. During farming seasons, tractors need to be able to work all day. You need a range that is longer than 2 to 4 hours of hard work that is currently available in sustainable agriculture prototypes. That's why we have created a first-generation biomethane hybrid system with a unique frame design that allows you to store large full-day range fuel tanks. The next problem is refueling. There is no existing infrastructure of biomethane fueling stations in the farming locations, and it is not economically viable to put them here. How have we solved this problem? Simple. Our tractor comes with pre-filled, easy-to-change cartridges. By thinking out of the box, we have been able to turn innovative ideas into patented solutions and create a real working vehicle which can drive 12 hours with one load. Take a look.
Introducing the first hybrid biomethane-powered tractor for professional use. A 6-meter-long, 4-meter-high tractor pulling a 7-meter-wide cultivator moves at a working speed of 12 kilometers per hour. The Auga biomethane hybrid tractor can do the work of a 400-horsepower diesel-powered tractor. All this with 0 emissions, saving about 100 tons of CO2 emissions per year. From early morning to late evening, 12 hours of work with one fuel cartridge.
Bam! We did it! What we have created is not just an idea, guys. It's not a sketch or a project. We have designed and built a fully functioning biomethane fuel tractor with a 12 hours range. Perfecto, perfecto. I know that is one Italian here in the room. So, and we have called this world-changing technology Auga M1. Why we first started on these journeys 3 years ago? Some people told us we are crazy. But Auga is Europe's largest vertically integrated organic food company. So we know our industry very, very well. We know what farmers and consumers need and want. Not only that, we have 39,000 hectares sandbox where we can test these solutions and experienced team of experts who are committed to help save the planet. And how I'd like to introduce you now to team and let them give you a demonstration of the M1 in action, live.
Great.
Hello,
really
guys.
Happy to
How you doing? How you doing? I'd like to see you here. How you feeling in the center of attention?
Great.
Could you show us how our refueling system works?
Yes, of course.
There you are. It's amazing, guys.
It is very simple. You see the doors opens at the back of the tractor. we disconnect the fuel connection, the fuel cartridge slides out back.
By the way, is the real size of the tractor in front of you guys.
This fuel cartridge will be replaced in a new one. Slide it back. Then all you need to do is plug in the fuel connection, close the door, and the tractor can run all day again. Refueling takes just a few minutes.
Thank you, Giedrius. Amazing job. Thank you, guys. You can applaud for this
You're welcome,
amazing guy.
Kęstutis.
And by the way, I also would like to thank, is not in our program, to all our who provided this help to produce this tractor. It's Lithuanian technological universities, also many contractors who have experience in certain parts of this developing. And now, so we coming back here to next videos. And thank you very much, guys.
The tractor is just one step on our path to sustainability. It will soon be available to all farmers. We still have many sustainability challenges, and we know that we can solve them with out-of-the-box thinking and world-changing technologies. The Auga way. By giving consumers a choice of food produced with no cost to nature, Auga will become a synonym of sustainable food and lifestyle.
Bam! Great. What we want to do with technology, we want to share this technology with farmers all over the world. One of our tractors will reduce the same amount of CO2 emissions as 100 electric cars. So the quicker we can get our tractors to the market, the quicker we can solve present bottlenecks, and the faster we will be able to achieve sustainability in farming operations. But we are not going to stop the tractors. In the coming year, we also be announcing other breakthrough technologies that are aimed at eliminating pollution in agriculture. The result of all these technologies will be the creation of food value chain that is completely carbon neutral. Auga will be the spark that powers the creation of new community of responsible consumers who will vote with their credit cards and support progressive farmers who are committed to sustainable practices. Meanwhile, green lenders and capital investors will provide the capital needed to fuel this change. I believe that our community of capital investors, farmers, and consumers, of course, will help us to achieve Auga's vision of becoming a synonym of sustainable food and lifestyle. Thank you, Kęstutis. Good job. We done it. So now time